I thought LeBron was the best player in the series because KD was guarded by one dude. LeBron sometimes guarded by one dude, KD. Because what are you gonna do? You got Steph, you got Clay. It's too much. But at the end, Dre's quote was, people who don't know what they're looking at need shiny objects like finals MVPs, like finals MVPs, shiny objects to tell them what's going on. That people don't know about basketball.
Oh boy, you get that look in your eye.
Because if you don't know about basketball,
but listen to this.
What you need. That's
what
I'm saying.
Well, that's fine. But here's what it is at the end, though, that he said. Steph doesn't need that. What was it? What was the quote? To know who he is. For him to, something like that. I never said anything.
He doesn't need the MVP.
MVP, right.
Finals MVP.
To validate who he is. I never said that.
Well.
But he didn't say Max said it.
Yeah, who's he talking about? He is a top 15 player of all time. Jay, this was a response to Jay saying he might be top 10 of all time when all is said and done. Well, if you want to talk about, that's not a birthright. You just don't pop up into the top 10. You got to move someone out. Guess what? Those guys all were in the top 10 at some point. The best player in basketball and Finals MVP.
But see, Max,
I'm not talking about Steph needs it to validate who he is.
I'm on Dre's side here a little bit with you because I hear what you're saying. It's a moving target. It's fluid. But yesterday, you kept going back to 2015, and your whole claim, and I'm leaving it alone after this because it's too much to get into, but your whole claim is that Steph wasn't the best player on that team, and your thing is they won by default. And those are two different arguments. Yes, they would have lost probably if Kevin Love and Kyrie were available. We don't know that, right? Because they weren't available. We'll never know that. But Steph was the best player
I agree
on
with
that team.
Let me amend what I said to be more precise.
I wasn't here with you guys yesterday. But if you go and you say Kevin Love and Kyrie 2015, blah, 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 but you can flip it and say the same thing in 2016. If Draymond...
No, you can't.
Even with Toronto,
3-1,
if Clay's there with
Toronto is legit.
Wait,
guys, Toronto is a legitimate argument, not 16.
How
because
not?
I will explain. Because Steph was a little banged up, but he was playing, and he wasn't
100% though,
Max. But no one's ever 100%.
100%.
I'm talking about guys not on the court.
But multiple guys
right?
were hurt in that series. Bogut was hurt too.
And Draymond Green's suspension was based on LeBron being smart, knowing he had so many texts.
Credit for
100%. He baited. LeBron clearly baited Dre into a tech, knowing he would be suspended, and he was. That's automatic.
So in other words, that's the only way LeBron was going to win that championship is by getting Draymond out the game.
I'm saying, but players on your team who can go up to that line need to know when to not. So that's different. If you want to say Toronto, 100% agree. It cut against them in Toronto. Toronto never wins if KD and Clay don't get hurt. No doubt.
And they never lose up 3-1 if those dudes don't get hurt and get
in
kicked
2015, if Kyrie and Kevin Love don't get hurt, obviously Cleveland wins. It went 6 games without him.
Well, I don't know that. You don't know that.
So let me rephrase. Because he was the best player on the team. They didn't give him MVP, right? Yes. 2 separate things. I don't think Steph has ever been the best player on a team where at the end of the season you go, that was the best team in basketball, okay? In 15, I did not think that about the Warriors. In 16, they lost. 17 and 18, it was KD. And they would have been the best team in basketball when they played Toronto, except they got hurt. But then KD would have been the best player on that team.
So here's what's interesting about that. So I want you to know what Ty Lue said about the 17-18 season, right, when they had Kevin Durant. Ty Lue, the head coach of the opposing team. I remember in 2017-18, we blitzed Curry still with Clay and KD on the floor. So, when you look at the stats, because that's what Draymond was talking about in the original clip, right? That he thought Steph got double-teamed 7 times more. It was an arbitrary number. But when you look at the numbers, man, Steph got double-teamed 40, 50 times, where KD was less than the fingers on my right hand.
Yeah, it was nuts, no doubt.
So, the defenses, the amount of looks and attention that he brings to the table gives permission to other people to be isolated in better situations.
No question.
Absolutely.
But it's something that's not talked about as much.
It is talked about. He gets credit for it.
But it's not, though, Max, because we live in this world of absolutes, that he's not the best player.
Who was the best player on that team? I know Steph's got doubled a lot.
So
which
for
team?
me,
15?
No, 17 and 18 with KD.
So when somebody decides, as an opposing coach decides that we're going to set our defense to take X amount out of the game,
there you go.
That tells me a lot as a player.
We're going to live with KD being ISO.
We're going to live with KD being ISO because we think that this guy here is more dangerous to us.
But it didn't work. They got crushed. In other words, pick your poison on that team. Whatever you do, the Warriors are going to kill you.
Yeah,
right?
But it did. Go ahead,
sorry.
Jay.
I was going to say, because Steph, like when KD would score, KD is not a momentum scorer. KD can put together runs, but it's not the same way that when Steph gets going, like stuff just gets blown out of control.
Let me make a final point about that, and this is ongoing, but the Warriors are now favored in their 6 finals. That Steph's been in all 6. They're favorites every time. Right now, they're 3-2, right? They could be either 3-3 or 4-2. Either way, but especially if they're 3-3 after this finals, but even 4-2, the results don't match the odds. Why is that, do you think? What I would suggest is, however you say you wanted, they're defending Steph. Steph, up until that point, is so great. It's like, oh, my God, they're going to win. But once the finals start, it's a little bit different. That's what I'm saying. So I'd like to see a finals where it's not a little bit different, where it's, that's Steph. He's killing the game.
Dude's
to be in the top 10 all
points,
time.
Man, stop.
To be in the top 10 all time, not to be top 12, 15.
26.
Is he a top 10 of all time? Is he top 10 of all time?
He's trending in that direction, Max. That's our whole point.
When his career's over, which will be another 6, 7, 8 years, he'll be a top 10.
Who's first in, him or KD?
Whoa, his resume is better.
Yeah,
really? He's going to be in over KD? Who's coming out?
It's about resume. Well, you're asking 2 different questions right now.
Yeah, I don't know who's
Those are
coming
2
out.
different questions.
I don't have any vote.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.